Eating better doesn't have to cost you a ton of money. You can eat real food even if you're on a budget. Just ask our next guest.
That's right. Lisa Leek is the author of the new book, 100 Days of Real Food on a Budget. And today she shares some tips to get us started. Hello and welcome to the show. How are you doing? Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. It officially comes out August 14th. Now you can go ahead and pre-order it now, which guarantees the lowest price for you. And clearly, if you're on a budget, that's something you're thinking about.
That's right. Oh, congrats. I know that's a lot of work and it's a labor of love for you.
I just got the first copy in the mail this week, so it's definitely an exciting moment.
Oh, it's great. All right, so let's give viewers your best tips this morning. You say, first off, figure out how much you really can spend each week.
Yes, and I can tell you right now, you can't just say, I'm not going to spend a lot of money and think it'll all work out. That does not work, and I know from experience. So it's really important to figure out how much you can spend, and if you're going to do your budget each week or each month, I think it's a little easier to do it weekly because then you can't go over budget too far before you're in trouble. Now, when we did our 100 Days of Real Food on a Budget pledge a few years ago, we challenged ourselves to not go over $125 a week. It was not easy, but we did it. And I went out and asked my Facebook followers how much they spend on their food, and they said per week on per family, and families vary in size, and obviously people live in different places. So I think a great place to start is to look at how much you're currently spending. So go back, look at your credit card statements for the past 6 months, figure out how much you're spending not only at the grocery store but eating out, and come up with an average just to get an idea of where to start.
Oh, and where to start and decide what foods you're going to go ahead and get and what should be the budget should cover what.
And that's exactly my next point, is decide what that's going to cover. Is it going to cover toilet paper and cleaning supplies? How about eating out or alcohol or entertaining? Are you going to host Thanksgiving on $125 a week? Probably not.
Right.
So for us, during our budget pledge, eating out was not included. We had an extra $20 a week to put towards that, and then we kind of save it up so we could go out to one nice dinner each month. So that's how we handled it. So again, you have to decide what's included and what's not.
And a lot of discipline too, by the way.
Very much, yeah. And that's actually the next point, is figure out how you're going to track this spending. So that is key. Now, there's old school methods. Thanks to Dave Ramsey. I don't know if you guys have heard about the envelope, the cash in the envelope. Now, the beauty of this is it's cash. Once it's gone, it's gone. I do think it's good to still track where your money's going, even if you are using cash. Years ago, my husband and I used to have like little sheets of paper in our wallets, and we would literally write down each time we would spend something to keep track. So that's a very old school way. But nowadays, there are so many high-tech methods. There are actually a lot of apps and websites. I think we have a list of them for you here. Now, some of these are free. Some of them have an annual fee. Many of them will sync with your bank and help you set goals. And then, obviously, you can access it from any device. We personally like the first one on the list, You Need a Budget. So that's the one that's kind of working best for us.
Okay, check those out. That's a great way to do it. Another thing is really working together as a family.
Absolutely, and that is the last point. You can't be doing this by yourself and think it's going to work. I think obviously all adults in the family, even older kids, we know their activities and things are expensive, so get everyone on board, meet together regularly, and adjust things if necessary. So that's very important.
I'm glad you wrote this book because I know you hear this all the time. Well, I'd love to eat like that, but I just can't afford it.
Exactly. And so what I'm really excited about in the new book is each recipe comes with a $15 shopping list that shows everything you have to buy to make the recipe. And we're not just talking about the cost per serving or the cost of what you're going to use. So, for example, if you are going to use a 1/4 cup of sour cream, you have to buy the whole container. So those are the prices I've included in the shopping list, what it costs to buy everything that you need, except for a few spices and things that you're expected to have on hand. And I know we have back to schools just around the corner, so just like my other books, I do have a packed school lunch section, and all 100 recipes in here were not in my previous cookbooks, so it's all new stuff.
Lisa, thank you so much. The new book, 100 Days of Real Food on a Budget. Again, it's available on August 14th, but you can pre-order it now. 100daysofrealfood.com, 100daysofrealfood.com.